Okay, we're going to be doing a review on the DK2 portable stump grinder. So we got it off the truck here. We're going to be uncrating it and see what we got. Assembly is very, very easy. I was actually highly impressed, and I'm also impressed with the construction and all. One thing I noticed is there's a little yellow tag, and I know sometimes we just get used to ripping everything off the machine and getting to town. I actually accidentally read this one, and I'm glad I did. They make sure they point out there's no oil in this engine. So before you fire this thing up and get all antsy, make sure you check the oil. You're going to need to put oil in it. The engine comes dry. Okay, so this fired up extremely easy. Very first pull start. Put the choke in the middle position, fired right up. Now this is a direct drive machine, so before you start it up, make sure you have your pedestal up here to get the teeth off the ground. With being direct drive, as you pull that pull start, the teeth are going to move. One thing that's interesting, this is my very first stump grinder. These aren't teeth like what you would think on a chainsaw or something. They're flat and just a flat hunk of steel. So they're not going to wear down like a chainsaw tooth would. I think how these wear down is just by straight wearing down from use, which means if you go too fast into a stump, you're not really going to dull your teeth, you're just going to bog the machine down. I was expecting these to be like sharp cutting teeth, and they're not. Like I said, they're just a flat, dull edge. So anyhow, we're going to dive right in here. Now this stump here, sticking up out of the ground about 5 inches. This was an oak, and at its widest point, it's over 30 inches. It's probably about 33 inches across. So this is not a small stump. So this will be the good break-in testing stump to see how well this machine does. I already dug around it a little bit previously, so I know there's no rocks we're going to hit. So we're going to dive right in and see what this thing can do. So one more thing, being this is my very first time ever operating these, you are getting a true amateur review. I'm probably going to look like a moron doing this and working this machine. First time ever using it, so I am your average person as far as that goes. So we'll see how well this works for somebody that has zero experience with a grinder. Take a little intermission here. Some pieces come back and cut this, but you see here they have a metal bar across here. You can replace this with anything, piece of thick rubber or whatever you want for a protective shield. And here you can kind of see the teeth marks of how well it's working. It is working very well. You're definitely going to want goggles. I'm taking a pause here to get my goggles on. This thing will throw debris everywhere. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. But yeah, so far doing pretty good. And like I say, it's moving a little faster than what I expected. I was figuring maybe an inch a minute, figuring 32-inch log maybe take half hour, but it's going a little bit quicker than that. And like I say, this is a newbie that's not experienced with this. Boy, it doesn't feel like it, but we're probably 2/3 of the way there. And this is also taking a bit longer than what it probably would most people because of how inexperienced I am. I'll tell you, the teeth feel pretty good. I wasn't sure if I was going too fast, doling them up or not, but like I said, you're not really going to dole them, you're just going to bog the machine down. But the teeth feel good. Made quite a bit of progress. I'm going to finish this log for the purpose of the video, but I got to be honest with you, I got a backhoe on the way here in about a week or two. This is the only big stump like this I'll be grinding down. The rest I'll be digging out. This is perfect for smaller stumps around homes. Something big like this might be less hassle to hire somebody to do it, unless you only have one and you got some time. I mean, you can see how much work I got into here coming in from different directions. My personal biggest hurdle is the fact that the ground's not level and all the wood chips build up right in front of the tires. So I got to keep moving the machine and pushing that pile out of my way. So not the fastest job, but like I said, I think if this wasn't such a gargantuan oak, it definitely would have went a lot faster and been a lot easier. Here's that stump we were working on the other day. This was a 34-inch across oak. Got about an hour into it. We're about 2/3 of the way through it. The blades are not even beginning to dull, which is good. I know I said we were going to finish it for the video, but I changed my mind. My ADD kicked in, and I've got a backhoe coming, so I really can't see putting another hour into this. So we're going to go take a look at another stump that is a more fair fight. So here's a pine stump. It's about 16 to 18 inches. Sticks up pretty high on this side, but again, it's only pine. So we're going to take a crack at this and see how long this takes. And this was a fresh cut. But again, it's pine, so it really shouldn't be too difficult or take too long. Ready to give a review on this now. Whew. Now, as you can see, I'm no stranger to lifting weights, and I'm going to tell you, this machine is not easy to handle. So, the biggest issue you see is the sawdust all builds up in front of the wheels, so you can't move it forward. You're fighting that pile. You can't just simply take the machine and, you know, move the sawdust because it's direct drive. So if you try to put it off to the side and kick the pile out of the way, it's digging into wherever you're setting it. So you got to kind of muscle around like I did. Now, it made quick work of this pine stump. That took just under 10 minutes. But again, it's pine, very, very soft. Overall, my feelings on it, I'm returning this. I'm gonna go ahead and get a 3-point hitch stump grinder. It's about $1,000 more, but you're not running this thing for multiple stumps. 2 or 3 stumps max, I'm gonna be dead. And I work out, and you know, if you're not real in great shape, this thing's gonna destroy you. Like I said, very, very bulky and awkward working it. Where I see this coming into play is if you have stumps near your home where you can't take a heavy tractor or don't want to take a heavy tractor. But unless you've got a ton of stumps or something, I would just pay somebody to grind those down with a portable thing. If you own property where you have a lot of stumps and you don't own a backhoe, I would spend the money and get a 3-point hitch. They can run $2,600 after shipping, tax, everything else complete to your door. This here was $1,500 from Home Depot. It was the best buy for a what we want to call portable stump grinder. The difference between $1,500 stump grinders like this and say a $4,000 stump grinder seems to be in the number of teeth and how wide the cutting path is. This is a 14 horse Kohler engine. You won't find any bigger or better. This is a commercial engine. Where we lack is size. This is a 14-inch wheel, 9 teeth, 3.5-inch cutting path. The $4,000 machines are like a 4-inch cutting path with, say, maybe a 24-inch wheel, and they might have 12 teeth or 18 teeth. The teeth seem to be the same price. The 3-point stump grinder I looked at has 36 teeth. They cost $600 to replace. So you're talking 9 teeth for $150, which is what this is. This is 9 teeth. This would be $150. So per tooth, same price. Difference is, like I say, with 3-point hitch, you're not muscling it. You can go a little faster. It's going to have a heck of a lot more horsepower and all that. So again, my personal thoughts, I can't see somebody spending $1,500 on one of these if you just have a couple stumps around your home. Just pay somebody to do it. If you have a lot of stumps and you own a lot of property where you don't mind taking a tractor or something big and heavy like that, get a 3-point hitch one. So that's going to conclude my review on this. But yeah, overall thoughts, very big, very bulky, and not enjoyable to run. This machine weighs over 200 pounds, about 225 pounds, I believe. Yeah, not what I was expecting. Did it do the job? Sure, but this building up in front of the tires and having to muscle it and move it and everything else, I wasn't impressed. So hope this helped you out a little bit in making your decision on what to do with your stumps and purchasing a stump grinder. And if you still have not subscribed, make that happen right now, please. Doesn't hurt you, but it can help me.